Hi, this is JJ Jerotz with Synergy One Lending. Today we're talking with Mike Cameron, broker-owner of Cameron Real Estate Services right here in San Diego. We're going to be talking about the 9 traits, character traits, of a good real estate investor. How you doing, Mike?
Doing great, JJ.
Well, hey, great to have you here, and I think it's a big deal right now. You have some amazing statistics to talk about when it comes to real estate investing.
Yeah, San Diego is really pumping. We got off to a really early start this year. Sometimes there's a lag getting into the spring season, but we got off on a pretty quick start. Last year, just tons of investors are starting to come back into the area.
Yeah.
And nationally, about 6% of all home sales, were flipped properties.
Okay.
And, when I'm doing workshops in the community and we talk about, investing, it's one of the most popular topics that we get.
Everybody wants to be a flipper.
Everybody wants to be a flipper. And the average gross profit in San Diego for a flipped property is about $111,000.
Wow, that's amazing. So
Right.
let's talk about what makes somebody a good investor. I mean,
Sure.
I think that's because everybody wants to do it. How do you get into it? So let's kind of go down the list here. Understanding risk. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important that solid investors, really good investors, understand that you're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
Yeah.
You have to be comfortable with the fact that you may lose an investment or you may lose in a bad decision at one point.
Well, it's kind of like buying a stock, right? Stock could go up, stock could go down. You just got to be aware that there is risk there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was working with a great investor one time who said, you win some, you lose some, but as long as you're winning 50% of the time, you're staying ahead of the game.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So let's talk about this one, being a good listener. What
Right.
does that mean?
Right. Well, I think, regardless of the position you hold, every one of us has trusted advisors around us, right? Yeah. And in a real estate environment, in an investment environment, you're hiring a professional to help you through the landscape. And I think it's really important to make sure that you're taking into account the advice that you're getting. Listen to the advice. Good investors are great at asking good questions. So
take it and listen to it.
Take it
They're
and
the
listen
experts.
to it. Right.
Yeah, I like that. Being decisive.
Yes. Yeah, being decisive. I mean, today there is so much money coming into San Diego that we really don't have a whole lot of time to make a decision. And it is about a property that comes to market, and if it comes to market on a Tuesday, and it's a good deal, it's going to be gone in a few days. So you really have to make a great decision, and you have to do it quickly.
You're not going to be able to take the weekend to think about it.
No.
In most typical
No, I
times.
hear it all the time. People say, hey, I'm going to wait. Let's wait and go out on Saturday. You go out on Saturday, and it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah,
Especially the flip homes, right?
That's right.
The good investments. I mean, people are going to gobble those up.
That's right.
Yeah. Being patient.
Right. I think it's really important to understand that these investments come and go on a very periodic basis. I think sitting back as a consumer, it's really easy to think, okay, I'm going to get into the game of investing, and I'm going to immediately find a decision that I have to make on a property that's been presented to me.
Yeah.
These things may take 2 weeks. It could take 2 months. It could take a little bit longer. So you have to be patient and trust that the people that you're working with will come forward with an opportunity when it's time.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Because there's just not enough. There's not enough opportunities out there. There's way more capital than there are opportunities.
Yeah.
So you got to be patient.
That's good.
Yeah.
Experience. How does experience factor into it?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. I think that over time there are patterns that we see in the marketplace that really dictate how we perform and act. It's an understanding where we are in the market cycle is really important. This experience just comes with time. And I'll give you an example. Back in 2005, 6, and 7, when the market was really fast, we came down really fast after the drop in the market. And just seeing that pattern start to play out again as market prices appreciate is really a good understanding to have with the marketplace.
I like that. Having a strategy.
Yeah. Always know what you're getting into. For investors, you want to know if I'm looking for value properties or growth properties, or I'm looking for income properties, understand your strategy, what you're trying to accomplish, and then have an exit plan, right? An exit plan would be, I'm going to invest in this flip property, put some money into it over the next 6 months, and get out in 6 months.
Yeah.
And stick to that timeline as much as you possibly can. Have the strategy in place before you jump into the investment, and implement it.
Like any good business, right?
Yeah.
You know that exit plan. You know where the finish line is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Makes sense. Ask what could go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because everybody wants to know what's in it for me, how much can I make in this opportunity, excuse me, how much is it, how much are the returns going to be?
Yeah.
But I think great investors really understand how to ask the questions of what could go wrong. What are the potential pitfalls here? Am I going to be stuck in this investment for the next 5 years? Will I be able to get out in 2 years? If I need my money immediately, is it liquidatable? Is it liquid? Yeah, so that kind of stuff.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about timing?
Timing's important. Timing's everything. It used to be when I was an investment advisor, I would say to people, timing isn't everything. It's really about time in the market, not timing the market. But market cycles come and go, and timing is extremely important. Your entry point and your exit point really do matter. So you want to understand, again, it goes back to understanding the market cycle, where we are in the market cycle. Because you don't want to invest in a flip property when we're peaking in prices, and then all of a sudden, you're in the investment, and prices are leveling off or going down.
Yeah.
So timing is everything.
Well, like a lot of investments, you got to time it right. But that's working with the experts.
That's right.
And how about perseverance?
Perseverance, man, such a great principle for all of life, right?
Yeah.
Because just when you think that things are not going to go well, you really have to persevere through that. And some of the best opportunities happen after maybe a couple of failures, or you keep trying to find something great. And I'll give you an example. We had a client who was looking for properties just this weekend and has been putting in offers and not getting accepted on their offers. They finally got acceptance after the third offer, and they said to me, Mike, you know what? I feel like this is the way it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I was frustrated, I was getting impatient, but it happened the way it should have happened, and that's about perseverance.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you want more information on these character traits of a good investor, reach out to Mike. He is an expert right here in San Diego. Go to his website or give him a call, and you can download this information. He'll send it over to you and learn more how to be a good real estate investment right here in San Diego.